What's up guys, Raven Drakehard here, and today I've tested positive for cringe. It's incurable. Regardless of that, today I'm going to be responding to a video, Ubuntu causes girl to drop out of college. Now, why am I responding to this when people like H3H3 have responded to it? Well, because I feel I'm in a better position to respond to it due to me using Linux as a daily driver OS. On my main computer, I'm using Peppermint, which is a variant on Ubuntu 16.4 Xenial. And for my server, I'm using Ubuntu Server with a Samba share, which I can access from Windows, but not Linux because SMB shares are poorly optimized outside of everything but Windows. But regardless, let's get into the video.
Well, odds are you don't use the word Ubuntu very often, or maybe not at all. It's a type of operating system for your computer similar to Windows.
But it is not Windows, and what works on Windows doesn't always work on Ubuntu. And that's where first up troubleshooter Dan Pacino steps in. Took the case of a young woman who just wanted to take some online classes at MATC.
I love the fact that this channel is so cheap that they can't even do the transitions properly. It's so loud you can't even hear what he's saying. Kind of like me.
I'm so glad we could help this woman because she called us specifically because she wanted to be able to go take those courses at MATC.
That's right. This woman wanted to take a college class at Milwaukee Area Technical College, that's the name of the college by the way, so badly that she had to shame Dell on some Harrisburg, Pennsylvania news station that nobody knows about except the locals. Instead of, I don't know, doing something not stupid? You're in college, for God's sake. You must have some brains. Use them.
And she bought a new laptop to be able to do that. That's when she called me. She thought her laptop was coming with Windows. Instead, she got that thing called Ubuntu. Pronunciation was the least of her problems.
It has just been a mess, and I regret ordering the computer.
Abby Schubert's life was supposed to start getting easier with this new Dell laptop. But let's be clear, it's not.
The main purpose I bought the computer was to go back to school.
She wanted to enroll in online classes at MATC. That's on hold, and she blames Dell.
That's right. Dell's the issue here, not my inability to work a computer.
She bought the $1,100 laptop online, thinking she was getting your standard bread and butter machine.
It defaulted to the Ubuntu operating system.
The next day, she realized what happened and tried to change back to Windows.
The person I was talking to told me everything that Ubuntu would, it was great, and college students loved it, and it was compatible with everything that I needed.
Because it does. Need a word processor? You gotta open Office. Don't like that? LibreOffice. You don't like that? Which if you don't, I don't understand because it's basically Microsoft Office but better. Download and install Winded, and you can use that to install Microsoft Office. And if you don't like that, you can install Mac OS X software. And all this you could have learned if you sat down for 5 seconds and did some research.
So she took Dell's advice and stuck with it. She quickly learned Ubuntu might look a lot like Windows, but it sure doesn't act like it.
Yeah, it's better.
I tried to get on the internet on it, and that did not work. And I found out that Microsoft Word is not compatible.
That's because her Verizon Internet CD won't load on Ubuntu, and Ubuntu comes with OpenOffice and not Word.
She can't access the internet. Okay, that actually is a big issue. The internet has become commonplace in our day-to-day lives, to the point where the UN actually declares it a human right to have internet access. So not having access to the internet would be a big issue. And her reasoning as to why she can't get to the internet is because her Verizon CD won't load on Ubuntu. And from the angle this is shot at and just with how low quality the footage is, I can't really tell what this CD is for. But I can only assume it's for drivers, which Linux doesn't need for wireless communication. Sure, Linux does need drivers for certain things, like with, I believe, some video cards, and I know I need drivers for my printer to work on it, but it doesn't need that for wireless communication. I've done this with NICs, internal network cards, or network internal cards, internal network cards, and wireless cards of all shapes and sizes, and all different variations. And not once have I needed to install wireless drivers for any of them. So, unless Verizon has some proprietary software that you need to have to access the wireless router, she's blaming Dell for her own inability to use the computer. Again.
By the time she found all this out, Dell said it was too late to go back to Windows. And this semester, it's too late to go back to MATC.
Extremely frustrated. I'm sick of it, and I wanted to get back to school, but I need a computer to be able to do that.
Yeah, of course you need a computer to take the online courses, but why not just go to the campus in real life? You don't seem to have any kids, and I understand balancing a job and school is very difficult, but if you can drop just $1,000 on a Dell computer, just like, here you go, have my money, I'm going to assume it's either you worked really, really hard and good on you for that, or you have a really cushy job. So...
Well, that was, of course, before she called 27 News and we were able to help her.
Yes, us. Action 27 News. Your savior, your divine intervention, your destroyer, your god, now bow!
We're still waiting to hear from Dell to what they say about this.
Now, see, if I was the PR rep from Dell that had to deal with this, I'd be like, oh yes, we've heard of this issue, and what we're going to do is we're going to take the computer and implant it into her head, because it's clear she doesn't care to actually sit down and, I don't know, do some research about Linux. This should really help her problem of her being lazy.
But we are going to be able to help Abby get back to school. I called MATC this afternoon. They said no problem. She can enroll in any of their classes with what she's already got installed on her machine.
Oh wait, there is no issue. Why? Because all of their courses are online through a browser, not through some exe that you have to download and only works through Windows. No, it's online through your browser. So as long as you have an updated browser, which of course you would with Linux, there is no issue here. She's just bitching to bitch. Oh god, my head hurts.
Then I called Verizon about that CD that wasn't working, and they said the CD might not work, but they will still be able to get a tech support crew to her house so she can start using the internet with her current machine.
Oh god, Verizon techs are coming. Oh, now you will have an issue. They will break everything. They'll look at the laptop, right? They will touch it and it'll just explode into a ball of flames. I swear to you, we've had 3 techs out to my house. We have Verizon, by the way. First one didn't know what the hell he was doing, so we had him go. Oh, no, we didn't have him go. He left on his own because he didn't know what he was doing. Another one came back, fucked up, and he, if I remember correct, no, next guy did. Then we got a supervisor out, right? And he broke my cable box. He broke the box. I cannot use it anymore. You want to know how? Because he took a hand-tightened connector, as in you tighten it by hand, and tightened it down with crimps. Do you not understand how stupid that is? But nope, that's how it's supposed to be installed. So he basically ripped the jack out of the back of my bloody box because he didn't know what the fuck he was doing. Yeah, when you get the techs out there will be issues because they'll make them.
Ubuntu, pronunciation, she might have to work on that a little bit, but at least she can get back to school and start doing what she wants to do.
What a huge hassle.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, that's me done for this video. I'd like to state something before I close out, that I was like this girl once. I didn't want to learn Linux, and I didn't care to learn Linux. And because of that, I broke my computer while I was trying to swap out the hard drives. I knocked a capacitor off the board, and I had to throw that board out because I didn't realize, oh, I can just desolder that capacitor. And actually, now that I think about it, I probably couldn't because it was a Dell machine, and I've tried to install stuff by them before. You need some real high temp soldering gun for that stuff. I don't know what type of solder they use, but I could not get it off. Just stayed on. I needed like the sun to melt that shit. That's how bad it was. Or depending on your point of view, good it was. But that is besides the point. This is Raven Drakegard. Stay calm, stay focused, and I'll see you on the battlefield.